Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
One of my favorite services that we used to have at church was at the end of the summer. Everyone who had been on a mission trip came and reported what God had done, all that they'd seen and heard and experienced, how lives were changed, how they went thinking that God would use them to bring people to Him, but how God did much more than that and changed their lives as well. Sometimes they showed pictures of the people they worked with or the buildings that they helped build. Sometimes they told of the poor conditions the people lived in, yet how hungry they were for the Word of God. Often the people of the church helped support their mission trip, whether monetarily or through prayer. And when they came back with their report, we could all rejoice together and glorify God. In Acts 21, the Jerusalem church had a service like this. Though the Antioch church really sent Paul and his mission team out to spread the gospel, the church in Jerusalem was still home base, and they listened excitedly to all the stories the mission team told about what God had been doing. This must have been such an encouraging time for them. Here's what Luke said happened. And when we had come to Jerusalem, the brethren received us gladly. On the following day, Paul went in with us to James, and all of the elders were present. When he had greeted them, he told them in detail those things which God had done among the Gentiles through his ministry. And when they heard it, they glorified the Lord. Can't you just picture Paul and his friends telling story after story about how God had been working? I bet James and the other leaders sat there listening for hours to all God had been up to with the Gentiles. And I'm pretty sure Paul carefully gave God glory for every detail. When God does something in your life, do you tell others or you keep it to yourself? A friend of mine led someone to the Lord for the first time a while back. She told that story over and over because she was just in awe of how she saw God work with her one step of obedience. That encouraged me so much, and I know it did others too. I'm sure someone who heard her tell that story thought, if she can do that, I can too. God, who do you want me to share the gospel with? Another friend I had felt moved to talk to a man that she saw who looked very dejected. After hearing his story, she dropped everything that she had to do that day to help him. Through her kindness and love, that man heard about Jesus for the first time. Another friend I had missed an outing that we had with the ladies group. When I inquired about her absence, she was all smiles and said, there was a very good reason, and it was all God. The Lord had prompted this shy woman to knock on her neighbor's door and share the gospel with him, and she did. I love hearing stories like that. I bet you have what I call God stories to tell that would encourage others and glorify God. I'd love to hear them, and I'm sure others would too. Who can you tell?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.